Erika has undertaken an unusual mission. She's trying to track down the lost heart of Suleyman the Magnificent, one of the greatest sultans of the Ottoman Empire and a ruler whose military strength sent fear across Europe. We're in Székelyföld in southern Hungary. Erika is a researcher in the Department of Archaeology at the University of Pécs. Now she's trying to locate the burial site where it's thought the organs of the Sultan could be.
In July 2009, we started excavating with the University of Istanbul. We're looking for the tomb of Suleyman the Magnificent, a secret tomb where his inner organs were buried. Last summer, we started digging near the church, without success. Now we're preparing the next site, somewhere around those fields over there.
This 17th century map could be the key to finding the secret burial place. Suleyman's main tomb is in Istanbul, but there's strong evidence to suggest parts of the Sultan's body went missing. In 1359, Ottoman lands just covered the regions around Istanbul, Iznik and Bursa. That would change dramatically in the next 3 centuries, spreading across the Mediterranean, Black and Red Seas. In Mohacs, the decisive defeat of Hungary by the Turks resulted in the effective destruction of the Hungarian monarchy. This marks the place of the battle. Thousands of people visit the memorial each year, and there are plans to open a new centre next year. Erika is in charge of the exhibition at the memorial site.
Időszaki kiállítás pedig itt fönt, gondolom. Igen, és itt egyben egy kávézó, egy étterem is lesz, úgyhogy ezt sokféleképpen lehet majd berendezni. Itt lehet majd egy lépcsőn fölmenni, és
It's also a place where children can learn how to use weapons from the period and watch an historical reenactment of the battle during the summer. This peace bell is a reminder of the bloody past. Thousands, both Turks and Hungarians, died here.
In 1526, the Hungarian and Turkish armies fought here. After winning the battle, Suleyman got the chance to go towards Budapest, occupying the heart of our country. This began Turkish rule in Hungary for 150 years.
This is Pécs, an historically important city and one of this year's European capitals of culture. Under Ottoman rule, it became one of the main Turkish centres in Hungary. The city is dotted with mosques and structures from the period. Today, this former mosque in the city's main square is a Catholic church.
At the top we can see the Muslim crescent and the Christian cross. Showing both signs together symbolises our friendship today.
Many locals are proud of the city's Muslim Christian heritage. Erika is seeking to understand the everyday life of people during the period, with evidence that the Muslim occupants made their own wine. There are also signs that the local population were pushed out of the centre of Pécs and were forced to resettle around the outskirts of the city. However, Erika says the occupiers were fairly understanding of the local population's religious views.
In the 16th century, when the Turks came to Hungary, the population was Roman Catholic. The Turks were tolerant and allowed them to keep their beliefs. The Turks built their own mosques, such as this one we're standing in, which is still used. They also transformed many Roman Catholic churches into mosques.
The work being done by Erika and the Department of Archaeology makes up part of the cultural highlights this year in Pécs. But budgets are small. Erika's Suleyman research is funded by Turkish sponsors, while an upcoming international forum on Ottoman ceramics is being co-financed by the EU.
In October, the Archaeology Department will organise a conference on Ottoman art, architecture and handicraft with experts from all over the world.
This year there is not one but 3 European capitals of culture: Essen in Germany's Ruhr region, Pécs in Hungary and the Turkish city of Istanbul. But Pécs is still not ready. Preparations started too late. Parts of the city centre remain a building site. Work has been dogged by delays. Many have pointed the finger of blame at the city's authorities. Despite the teething problems, there are some cultural gems like this icon exhibition in the renovated cellars beneath the city's cathedral, a labyrinth of underground walkways and a stunning example of early Christian architecture. The guiding theme of Pécs 2010 is the cultural influence from the Balkans and Muslim and Christian art. With strong bonds to both traditional and contemporary Turkish culture, Pécs will feature exhibitions highlighting the common links between East and West.
There's a cultural bridge between Hungary and Turkey. It comes from our history, but this bridge already exists nowadays. And on this bridge, the Turkish art can come to us, to Pécs, and we try to show that how the Turkish film, how the Turkish fine arts, how the Turkish literature goes nowadays in Turkey. And yes, we can say that the Turkish culture, or some part of Turkish culture, is the part of European culture too.
But what do youngsters make of Ottoman rule? Eclipse of the Crescent Moon is compulsory reading at school. The 19th century novel portrays Ottomans as morally inferior and the Hungarians as the good guys.
Hungary wasn't their only goal. The Turks wanted to go further towards other European countries. That's why they occupied our country.
But what are the thoughts about Turkey now?
Today I think that Turkish people are friendly and peaceful. Their goal is not to expand their empire anymore. Today their goal is trade. That's why we're not afraid of Turkey becoming a member of the EU one day. We welcome them.
Naturally, we're not enemies. They're very welcoming. They're in Pécs for the Folkloriano, which was a great dance meeting. The Turkish participants were very nice and we enjoyed their performance a lot. It would be great to go and see them in Turkey. We're not enemies anymore.
Puppet actors from Pécs will go to Istanbul in May to perform a children's favourite, Three Little Pigs and the Wolf.
Turkey sits between Europe and Asia. They perform the puppet play using an Asian technique of shadows and light. Nevertheless, the characters and story are close to the European one, so in this way both cultures and art are combined.